Calum, before we talk about the game, how is Liam Edwards, who of course came off with a head injury?
Responsive, has gone to the contest of Chester, precautionary, just based on some of what he reported as he come round and some of the sensations he was feeling. So we'll update as per club channels as and when we have more. So a word thought, look, our medical team, Luke Davis, is brilliant, dealt with it really well, and equally the support staff, the St John's ambulance. It wasn't a nice place to be, wasn't nice to see. He's someone I think a lot of, obviously as a player, but as a person. All our group are like that, so sending him our best wishes. Have spoken to him before he left the ground, and hopefully we'll know a little bit more later on, but I thought the response from the medical team was terrific.
Now on to the game. You had it. Were you going to lose it? And then you got it again, of course. I mean, it was real seesaw stuff, wasn't it? Particularly at the beginning of the second period.
No. I thought we were excellent today, bar a period after their goal and the moment of the game that affected its direction towards the last 20 minutes or so is the second goal. It's a really poor goal from our point of view. It's happened too many times in the last 3 games where nothing set piece moments. The goal that Hereford score is similar in terms of it's a straight free kick, comes in without any real angle, any real pace on the ball, and similar to the goal at Bradford last Saturday. So I'm furious, to be fair. I haven't been like about many goals against. It's really poor from our point of view that we've then made the game look like something it's not. First half would have been stopped after 20 minutes. That was identical to every one of our home fixtures, bar 2 in the last 10, but we scored the first goal in the first 10 minutes. The ball hasn't gone across the box and had a big ooh. We've scored, and then we've scored again, and then we do really well for the third goal. We were well worthy of our 3-0, but the start of the second half, we've actually had the 2 best chances of the game. Let's have it right at 3-0. It should go 4-0, it should go 5-0. It doesn't. The game goes 3-1, that's football. It should not go 3-2 in that manner. But let's not dress it up as a game of 2 halves. We were well worthy of a 2-goal cushion, and I don't know, I didn't think we were going to lose at 3-2. I think it was just frustrating that we had to make changes that the players responded to really well to go, we need to protect what we've got now. And then obviously Kurt does that for 4-2. Excellent, 4 goals at home, 3 first half ones, which I believe you must, the way people go on about first half goals, we must get double points for. So obviously to score 3 of them, that must be worth 6.
The first goal was majestic. I mean, the build-up and then the execution, it was totally majestic. Yeah,
we're in a position where we've got some of our top forward players fit that haven't been fit throughout the season, and they're firing. Charlie Caton hasn't scored today. I thought he was excellent. Thought Kurt Willoughby was excellent. Thought Adam Thomas was excellent. We've now got goals from midfield. Reece Hughes has scored again. You've seen the goals that Dex scored for us this season. It's the type of move that nothing was different from any of our last, like I say, 9 of the 10 home games. In one of those home games, we've done something different, and it didn't really work for us, to say the least, against Alfreton. Today, the only difference is the ball hit the net with single figures on the clock. When it went 1-0, the game has a pattern. It goes 2-0, you feel a little bit comfortable. Tricky at the injury, the game then goes 3-0, should be done. We made it hard for ourselves in that moment where the game goes 3-2. You can make a mistake like that with 20 odd minutes to go. I'm not sure the exact minute of the second goal. You can make that mistake at 3-0, at 5-0, not when it's going to affect the balance of the game, where now there's a 1-goal deficit. We've got to learn from that. All of us, not individual players, the entire group. Everyone's got to realise the importance of what feels like a nothing moment actually set the course for the next 20 minutes.
And 88 minutes, 89, whatever it was, a free kick given. I mean, it was Ward-Prowse-esque is probably the best way of describing it.
Kurt Willoughby-esque. He's hit a few, isn't he? He's hit a few this season, one at Bradford last week, strikes the ball brilliantly. Really pleased for him. He scores goals like that, as daft as it sounds, because he's got ability. He makes his own, not luck, he gets his rewards because of how hard he works. He's worked really hard for us without the ball today. But like I say, our forwards, we've scored some good goals there. We've scored, for me, 4 really good goals. How crazy does it sound that we should have scored more? We've actually not scored the easiest chances. We've chested the ball on their goal line. We've hit the bar twice. So I think it's important that we recognise that was a terrific home performance, bar 20 minutes in the second half. That moments of quality, talking about the goals, Kurt's free kick, defended really well, bar that moment, and then like you say, the period for me between the second goal and our fourth goal, it becomes what it became, where you all of a sudden have gone from a 3-goal lead. What was in the development of our group, you know, where that becomes really useful, is we've seen that moment of adversity not coming from behind, where, wow, everything's gone to plan and now it feels like it's all going wrong. Even though it isn't, it feels like it is. And we came through it, the players came through it. I thought the crowd stuck with the team tremendously, and got the reward of, for us to have won the game by 2 goals at least today is a fair reflection.
Now you move on Tuesday, they're coming thick and fast, Kidderminster at home.
Yeah, that's the important thing. When Tuesday night we were brilliant at Hereford, today we've been brilliant. You forget about them very quickly. Tomorrow morning you start thinking about Kidderminster. We're in a brilliant position. We're in a position where I know how many points now will get us into a playoff position. To be doing that and have that completely in our own hands, to not have to perform miracles, just to need to be consistent. We're tracking in the second half of the season ahead of where we were in the first half of the season. As much as it might not have gone to plan in January, picking those single points up do help you move forwards, albeit not at the speed that you want. So delight for everyone involved. Brilliant crowd, brilliant performance. Like I say, bar that 20-minute spell, we do it a certain way, don't we, at times, but got to really see the positives. And anyone that sees the game in a certain way can see the only tweak that we made today, not formations, not shapes, just a moment when the game's in a certain phase that allow us to show the best side of us without the ball, and equally maybe pose a little more of an obvious threat that at times we haven't. But for us to be in the position that we're in, ahead of another home game, ahead of a tough away game next Saturday, I'm looking forward to playing the playoff contenders here in the next 3 home games.
I was just going to say, you're now becoming the team to be shot at, if you like. You're the team in form. This is the team we've got to beat. Will other teams raise their game because you are the team to beat, because of form?
I made a comment about it previously that was taken slightly differently, of teams relish coming here because it's the biggest club in the division, it's the biggest gates, it's the best atmosphere for a home crowd, it is a proper football club, you see proper football people, and it's a proper football game. What we've had in the middle of the season, if you were to split the home games into 3 blocks, the first set of home games are what they are at the start of the season, and we did okay, and then we had some decent form. I think teams came and restricted us, and we weren't good enough at opening teams up in the middle of the pitch. I don't think we were. I think the games became quite stale in that period. Now we're playing teams that need wins. There's no good points for them. Right at and equally teams that will go toe to toe with us. I thought Banbury tried to. I thought Banbury had their way of playing, really good football inside. I'd expect Kidderminster to be the same, if they will come and go toe to toe. Scarborough, surely those teams will do that, and maybe that gave us a little bit more space, a little bit more freedom. But for me, that the headline, wherever you put it, is we scored the first goal of the game, creating the same amount of chances as we have game after game after game. It hit the net, and look at the players stick the chest out and play with confidence in the same way. Really pleased in that moment at 3-2. Didn't crumble. Equally, as much as we've thrown the ball in the net for them, didn't crumble and had to accept what the game was, and then got a reward with, like I say, a terrific goal. So are we the team to be shot at? No. There's some big old horses up there in that playoff race, and we're certainly one of the little ones for what we were told our ambitions were going to be at the start of the season, to be in the position that we're in, keep getting over the fences, keep trying to get up the hill. For us to be in that situation is terrific. To have it all in our own hands, getting ready to do it again on Tuesday, what's not to love?
Are you relishing the job at the moment?
I was relishing the job in May, relishing it in August, relishing it in January. Win, lose, draw, love the challenge. What I'm really relishing is seeing the players get their rewards for what so far has been a terrific season, with 35 games played, 11 to go. What they've done in terms of re-attracting the crowds for the football club to see the big gates.
Nearly 2.5 today.
Oh, terrific, absolutely terrific. To be fair, probably is if you count the police. It's probably 2,700. To be in that position where there's 11 games to go and we're in complete control of our own destiny, to be right in amongst it at the top end of the league at some big clubs, and relishing seeing the players, this group of players, that they've done that. They've done it all season, whether it is mini cup runs. It wasn't really a cup run, and we certainly didn't quite crack where we wanted to go. I'm really proud of them, delighted to work with them. I'm relishing now hearing it from the stands of there is a team that they can really get behind, and the players, the individuals in that group deserve massive credit. So I'm relishing it the same way 12 months ago, relish being in a playoff race 2 divisions below, feel really comfortable with the situation that we're in. But overriding emotion, See you Tuesday.